What's up guys, Eric Vasquez here from teachmetodesign.com. Now earlier this week we were talking about color as one of the elements of design, and today we're going to continue the discussion as I show you my secret weapon for selecting color schemes for my work. Then I'll show you a few ways that you can quickly and easily recolor your artwork in Adobe Illustrator. Alright guys, so earlier this week I did a video about color theory, just kind of an introduction to color theory, and we looked at it as one of the elements of design, and I talked about different kinds of color schemes and types of colors like triadic colors and primary colors and complementary colors and all kinds of stuff like that. But another part of that video took a look at different logos and companies and how they use color to actually spread a message or get us to feel a certain way or think certain things about their company. So today what I've done is just kind of mock up a quick black and white logo here. It's just a one color logo in Adobe Illustrator. And anytime that we're doing a logo design, I always tell people that they should be using Illustrator instead of Photoshop. And while that could be a whole nother video into itself, I wanted to show you guys today how you could easily change colors and pick color schemes for your logos. Now, one of the important things to remember is that, you don't want to have to change your logo entirely, but changing the color scheme of the logo can change the way that it feels. So let me just show you a quick example of that. I have this green version that I created just from the original black and white version. But let's say I want to try different color schemes and, I'm having a hard time coming up with something. Well, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I like to use. It's my secret weapon here. And some of you guys might already know about this, but it's just called Adobe Illustrator. It's a color wheel that allows you to get color schemes. And what's really cool about this is that you can put in pretty much any color value that you're starting with. Let's say you wanted to start with a blue color, like a sky blue. It'll show you 3 colors that are equally spaced apart on the color wheel. So you can see that as I move this around, the points are kind of staying equidistant from one another, and these color values are changing. But you can also change it to monochromatic if you want to keep it all in one family, and the values below will all remain kind of monochromatic as you change and adjust the color wheel. You can also do analogous colors, which again are colors that are all kind of side by side or next to each other, complementary colors, which will be across from each other, and you also have these other options to do compound colors, shades, and even custom. So there's a lot of great stuff that you can do with this tool here, and it's totally free. But what I actually like to do is come and find some custom themes under the Explore tab. So what's great about this is that you can come up here to the search bar and type in pretty much anything you want and see what comes up. So let's say I just type in camping for an example. It's going to come up with all these color schemes that, all different kinds of stuff that are titled camping. But you can scroll through and there's a ton of different colors that you can use. So let's say I find one that I like. I'm just going to go ahead and click Info, and it's going to show me these color swatches here, nice and big. And what I usually do is I'll just take a little quick screen grab of that, and then come into Illustrator, open my screenshot here, and then I'm going to come back over here and just paste it into my document. And if I zoom out, I can shrink that down a little bit. Now what I want to do from here is create a new artboard. So I'm going to go to View, Snap to Grid, just to make sure that it clicks nicely in place, and then come to the Artboard tool. Another way to get this is Shift+O on the keyboard. Then you're going to come up here to the new artboard icon, and just place a new artboard right next to your current artboard. Alright, and then I'm going to uncheck the snap to grid option because I don't want everything to be snapping all over the place. So from there, what I'm going to do, you can either select the black version or I can take this version I've already colored, but let's start with the black version here. I'm going to select the whole thing and then hold down Shift and Alt to drag it directly over and make a copy. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put this on its own new layer. Just create a new layer, Command F to paste in front. I'm going to turn off these other two for a second. Oh, I want my swatches, so I'm just going to paste that on the same layer as my logo. Now what I can do is I can come in here and sure I can select different parts of this logo and easily change the color. And what's cool about this is that after you do it once, I'll show you another way that you can easily update all of this stuff without having to select each individual piece. So I'm not being super picky about which of these shades or values I'm using right now. I just wanted to start to change it and kind of play around with it and see what happens. So I'm going to ungroup my text just so that I can pick the the front color, and I've got a highlight and a stroke and everything like that. So I like that bright red. I'm going to lock that layer. Then there's a white layer behind it, which is actually serving as those little highlights that you guys are seeing. But behind that, there's another layer of black that I'm going to change into that same color. All right. I'm going to lock that. And then in the back, I have a white fill and a black stroke. So what you can do here is actually you can increase the stroke if you want to add a little bit more of an outline to it. And then I'm just going to change that color as well. So maybe I just want it to be a solid color, like a solid black maybe. Or it can even be white. Take a look and see how it changes the feeling of the logo. Now this definitely is starting to feel more like a grill or like a Texas barbecue kind of restaurant or something like that. So, as you change it though, you can see how the color actually gives it a different feeling entirely. Okay, but let's just zoom out for a second, okay? And what I want to do is turn my other layer back on where I have the green version of this logo. Okay? Unlock that, copy it, paste it over here. And now just look at these two logos. You'll see how just the colors give them both a very different feel. The bottom one feels very, foresty and natural and earthy, whereas the top one feels very warm and almost like it could be for a restaurant or something like that. All right, but let's say I wanted to try, and grab a different color palette. I could come back here and select some new swatches, but another thing that I can do, now that I have some colors, directly in Illustrator, is to select this whole logo, and then I can come up here to my color guide, and you'll see down here there's what looks like a little color wheel. I'm going to click on that, and that basically gives you the option to recolor your artwork. Now it's going to show you to the left your current colors, which you can drag around or move however you want. But basically in the right column here you'll see it says new, and these are the colors that I'll be changing it to. Alright, so all I have to do then is select the new color, and anything that was this orange red is now going to be whatever color I change it to. So I can quickly and easily change these colors on the fly. You can adjust the lightness or darkness of it, the saturation of it, and the general hue or tint of that color. Alright, I can come down here and pick my other color. Let's say I want something like this kind of a sky blue here. And then anything that was black, I can add a new color and change that as well. Okay, so you guys kind of see what's happening here. I'm just changing these colors on the fly as we go. You can even make it like just a dark gray if you don't want to use black, or you can make it white. Alright, and then anything that was white, again, add a new color, click on new, and then you can change the colors just like I've been doing for all the others. Just want to make sure that I have the right option selected. There you go. You can kind of see, it's kind of looking like an Easter color here, like spring or something, but you see where I'm going with it. Alright, and then we'll just hit OK, and now you can see we've got an entirely different logo than we had before. So from this to this, all within Illustrator. So I just wanted to show you guys that how you can not only choose swatches for your logos if you're having some trouble coming up with color schemes, but also how you can then change colors on the fly in Adobe Illustrator. And of course, if you see a color scheme that you like, or if you're inspired by an image, you can always open up an image and sample some colors directly from it that way as well. But this is just kind of another example of the way that the colors can really change the feeling or the vibe of a logo. So I just wanted to demonstrate that for you guys to help give you a better sense of color and how you can quickly change it on the fly. So I hope this has helped you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And also sign up for our email list, guys, and get the Design Fundamentals cheat sheets. I'll put a link for that below in the description. And this will just be your handy go-to guide for all of the design elements and principles that we've been talking about. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next time in our next video.